In this short meditation, we are going to discuss being present and finding focus. Begin by getting settled in. Remember to find a position that allows you to take all of the tension out of your muscles. Just take natural and comfortable breaths. Feel that air movement in and out of your nostrils and the gentle movement of your chest up and down. Let each breath be a welcoming reminder into the present moment. Presence and peace. Presence and peace. You can even imagine a warm glow around your body. And as you imagine this, we think about what it means to be present. We can be present for our own self, within our own mind, and also be present for others, those we interact with each day. To be present for our own self means to recognize that all we have is this very moment that we are living in. Being present allows us to recognize what is worthy of our mind power from moment to moment, breath to breath. In addition to being present for ourselves, it is a healing process to be present for others. It is refreshing to express kindness. It deepens our soul when we direct our compassion outward. And if we forget this at times, we just remember when we got lost away from presence. As with meditation, we simply bring our focus back to the present, forgive ourselves, and return to awareness and presence. And so at this time, we will move to express an affirmation of offering for those whom we encounter throughout the days and weeks. You can allow these phrases to come into your mind and serve as a reminder when interactions take place, whether in the workplace or at home, either out loud or in your head. Repeating after me, we begin now. I offer my attention. Listening with grace and care. Expressing kindness and empathy. That's great. And let's just repeat these one more time with increased emphasis on each word. Really feeling them deeply, starting now. I offer my attention. Listening with grace and care. Expressing kindness and empathy. Nicely done. Being present is a sign of love for yourself and a sign of love toward others. It shows that you are important and that you matter, and you express this through your focus on others. Take this with you, hold it closely, and return to this short meditation anytime you need to regain presence and focus.
My name is Marcia Chatlin. I'm a professor of history and African American studies at Georgetown University. I'm a historian of African American life and culture. Juneteenth is a commemoration holiday of June 19, 1865, when a group of African Americans in Galveston, Texas, received the news that they indeed were free. President Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, but news of the end of slavery in Texas had not traveled to this community until 1865. Since then, Juneteenth has been a day of commemoration of the struggle against slavery and a celebration of freedom. One of the biggest misconceptions about Juneteenth is that people often think that was the day that slavery ended in the United States. But in fact, the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in the United States, was passed in the Senate on April 8, 1864, and the House on January 31st, 1865. Although Juneteenth celebrates the knowledge that slavery had ended, it's important to remember that the conditions that mirrored slavery, whether it was Jim Crow or the suppression of civil rights or continued struggles to fight racism, those continued long after the end of slavery. And so the Juneteenth holiday reminds us of where we've come, and it also inspires us to think about the places we want to go. As African Americans left the South to pursue opportunities throughout the 20th century in northern and western cities, the celebration of Juneteenth moved from being a Texas-based celebration to a national one, in which people gathered with families and friends and community to remember the incredible struggle of a people against slavery and to create new traditions that allowed them to reflect about the struggle for civil rights and the ongoing struggle against racism. Although slavery was abolished in 1865, the fight for civil rights has continued to the present day. So Juneteenth provides people with a sense of encouragement and inspiration to continue to fight on behalf of their community and their families for freedom. And it also is a holiday that, as it continues to become more and more popular, it allows people to look back at the past and encourages them to learn more about African American history. As more and more institutions recognize Juneteenth and work to commemorate the incredible legacy of slavery in the United States, I hope Juneteenth becomes a day where people commit not only to acts of justice in their local community, but to investigate history in a more deep and thoughtful way.
Floods are dangerous and often life-threatening, but knowing how to stay safe can make all the difference. Follow this crucial advice and share it with your loved ones.
When you encounter flooded roads, you're forced to make rapid-fire decisions in a stressful environment. But remember, flooded roadways are an emergency and can become life-threatening in just seconds. Don't underestimate the power of water.
Here's a crucial point we want to emphasize. If a car before you enters the floodwaters and crosses, it does not mean you can too. Conditions change rapidly, and it's never safe to drive through floodwaters.
Even if you think you might know the depth of the water, don't take the gamble. The road may not even be intact underneath. Remember, turn around, don't drown, no matter the situation.
And stay up to date with all flood watches and warnings through our National Weather Service social media, found below. And one more time, turn around, don't drown.